The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets this to Davante Adams.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Back to throw. King. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. King. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The penalty set him back. Now a big play moves him forward. It's 2nd down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. And really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. King on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. King. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boys, 56.
Now Trubisky to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Here we go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Kareem Hunt on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Trubisky to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone and all athletes.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now King, off play action, dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. King now, operating from the gun. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, King. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. King flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Taylor Gabriel.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Trubisky will throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down. They got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. 30, 20, 10, 5, and they will finally put it in. The return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
First down and goal.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Here's Hunt. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had